Okay, I have great pleasure today to invite Alenka Skerjanc to present us a European exam in occupational medicine, present and future. Alenka Skerjanc is an occupational health physician, but also she's a president of UMS section on occupational medicine. For many years, we are working together on different topics, so it is a great pleasure to invite Alenka. But before that, I will also ask Begonia to open our webinar on occupational health exam.
Thanks, Peter. Good morning to everyone, and welcome to this fourth webinar of EASOM in times of pandemic. Our guest speaker today, it is, as you said, a well-known and appreciated colleague, a valued member of EASOM, and currently the chair of the president of UMS section. We know that she's a specialist in occupational medicine and assistant professor, and is part of the Clinical Institute of Occupational Medicine of University Medical Center in Ljubljana in Slovenia. Her term as chair of the section of occupational medicine will soon come to an end. And for us, it is very important to summarize what has been her achievement, because she has been collaborating with EASOM for many years, and much more when she has been president of this section of UMS. So today she's here to tell us about one of the achievements during this period, and this achievement, which is the launch of the European Occupational Medicine examination, had the participation, the involvement, and the support of EASOM and EASOM members. So very welcome, Alenka. Thanks for coming today to tell us about this examination, where many members of EASOM have been involved, also myself, and I have been very happy for being working with you and other good colleagues together in this project, and bring the ship to the to the place it has to be. Thanks to everyone who is here. I think it is a good occasion to make a record of this achievement and explain the present, the future expectative, and your vision and perspective of this examination, which is very important for our specialty. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Begonia and Peter, for the invitation and to let me speak about the European appraisal in occupational medicine. And I think regarding the timing, we are all occupied in our daily activities. It is nice, this presentation, to be recorded, because I decided to present not only the present and future, but almost I focused on the past, so that everybody can understand what this exam in fact means and what are the backgrounds, and that it is not an issue that can be organized by anybody as he wished, but there are strict rules covered by European Commission and in fact by the policy, because we know that any official and regular education has to be covered by the state, in our case by European Union. So if you let me share my screen, I will try to do it, to put a presentation on. Would it be okay, Peter?
Yes, it is already on.
Okay. So I changed a little bit the title to European Assessment in Occupational Medicine and extended also, as I said, to the past. How did, in fact, this story begin? UMS was born on July 1958. And you know well that there was a European Economic Community, and it was composed by 6 countries at the beginning. It was Luxembourg, Belgium, the Netherlands, Italy, Germany, and France. And they decided, because their heads were so brilliant, in fact, to establish the Union of European Medical Specialists, despite there were only 6 at the beginning. The past commissioner, Krayencourt, I think, was so wise to accept the first president, who was the French gynecologist and the Belgian otorhinolaryngologist, to define the principles in the field of medical specialist training in Europe. This is, I think, the crucial point, which is in fact not known even by the participants now attending the European exam. UMS tackled straight away to the problem, and they were strictly connecting to European Commission, and they decided that they have to take care for a high level of training for future medical specialists. Mostly the vision was at the beginning to enable specialists moving from one EEC country to another one. We have heard many times on the directive on recognition of professional qualification. In fact, the start was also done by this communication about the medical specialist trainings, and it enables the movement of professionals still now, when European community is much enlarged, that doctors and architects can move freely inside European Union. So, to realize the objective, UEMS, which was at the beginning the community of all European doctors, decided to create specialist section for each medical discipline practice in member states. It was established in 1962. And the eldest specialist who entered this was, among others, anesthesiology, surgery, pediatrics, psychiatrics, and so on and so far. And the occupational medicine section was born in 1992. So we are among the youngest medical specialties being involved in UAMS as a specialty. And I was very much surprised and of course also honored by the second president of Occupational Medicine section, Professor Ewan MacDonald. And he said that he expected at least 25 years for ETRs, for occupational medicine, to be much earlier. So the group of experts made up of representative of the National Associations of Specialists concerned, they carried out a consideration workload with the idea of coordinating and harmonizing specialist training and criteria for recognition of medical specialists. So this background is also very important. To continue, you heard that we said that our section was established in 1997. After 13 years in London, on one of our section meetings in 2010, it was decided that UMS working group has to start to work on European training requirements in occupational medicine. And as you see in Barcelona 2012, the ETRs for occupational medicine were approved, prepared, and made ready to be presented on the Council in 2013. ETRs were approved by UEMS Council. I will go a little bit back. What are the sections in UEMS? The sections, in fact, are the working bodies of UEMS, and they are preparing the proposal, the European training requirements, and other topics for what they are responsible. But it is not enough that also the section itself approves certain opinions, proposals, ETRs, or whatever. The structure that is responsible and after which approval everything can be carried out and realized is in fact UEMS Council. UEMS Council is composed of national representatives, 2 members from each national medical association of the EU member countries. So it means that when there is decision about any topic, it is not voted by the specialists of that specialty, but they might be very different. And I can tell you frankly that in Europe, in UMS Council, there is any national representative being specialist in occupational medicine. So you can imagine how understandable and strictly the training requirements must be prepared, that they are understandable and also recognizable to be adopted by other medical specialists from national medical associations. In the case in Brussels, council meeting, when I was to prepare and present our ETRs, we were 6 medical specialties presenting ETRs, and only 4 were adopted, among others, occupational medicine proposal, and 2 of the specialties didn't succeed in this UEMS Council procedure. Now here on the screen, I put the persons who are mostly who are mostly helpful for our section to prepare ETRs and to pass them smoothly UEMS Council.
Alenka, we do not see any slides of you. There is only title slide. We do not have anything else.
It's only the title. You don't hear it. You don't see anything. Did you see now or not?
It is title slide and nothing else.
So I can see now the second.
You see now, but you don't see here. Okay, no problem. I will just, when I send the file to be put on EASOM website, then it's easier maybe. I will just name the persons who helped us. It was one of the past UEMS General Secretary, Dr. Bernard Maillet. He was a Belgian secretary and later treasurer. Dr. Giorgio Berchici, he was UEMS treasurer, and Professor Zlatko Fras, then Professor Vasilios Papalois, who is the current president, and also the past Polish president of UMS. They helped us a lot to provide our training requirements so well that they pass smoothly the council, which I am repeating is not composed of any specialist in occupational medicine. Now you see the slide. Our training requirements are presented on the website and anybody can take a look. Just put a click on this. I will shortly present 10 topics and in our European training requirements, the first topic is the one who is telling how specialists in occupational medicine differ from other medical specialties. And this is, in fact, our background and very much important also in promotion of our specialty among other medical specialties, and of course among employers, employees, and occupational health providers. The clinical practice is our daily work, fitness for work, rehabilitation, disability assessment as well. The largest topic is hazard recognition, evaluation, and risk control. This is also the specific tasks that are provided by occupational medicine, and any other specialty has to do with this topic. And also the majority of questions in UMS exam are coming from this topic number 4. Business continuity, disaster preparedness, emergency management is the topic which came to be very visible during this COVID time, if not earlier, because occupational medicine as a specialty was looked after, asked for our activities in any European countries. Service delivery and quality improvement is very much important for accreditation processes in any country. Leadership, policy development, professionalism, ethics is also the topic important for our specialty as for any other. Epidemiology, preventive health is also one of our core activities, and research methods bring us among other specialties which are very much important regarding the approval of our activities in science frames. Occupational medicine is not only activity for the employers, but it has and it will have to have a strong scientific background, also in a term to be more recognized among other medical specialties. Effective teaching and educational supervision is also very important for other specialties, not only teaching the students and teaching the trainees, but also teaching the employers, the employees, general population, trade unions, and most important, the politicians. Our exam was not prepared only the way we thought to be the best, but it was prepared under the strong glasses of Council of European Specialists Medical Assessment Organization. This is advisory board of UEMS, created with a name to provide recommendation and advice how to organize European examinations for specialists at European level. So our section did not work and made ready everything only by our free ideas or whatever, but we were checked and controlled also by SESMA, so that we achieved the same standard and obeyed the same rules as any other medical specialty in UEMS. This is very much important because it gives not only importance, but only the strength of our European exam or assessment. How did we come to provide the first exam? I mentioned that in Glasgow, we started setting MCQs in 10 small working groups with collaboration with EASOM. EASOM president and also some other colleagues were they formed a core of our activities, and we cannot imagine to prepare the exam without collaboration of both bodies, UMS and EASOM. So in Zaragoza, we met and we checked all the questions and also decided whether the questions were well enough, whether they should be improved, or whether they are not ready or they are not good enough to be put to our question bank. The question bank was edited finally in April 2019. So we were almost ready to announce the exam. We also requested SESMA, I mentioned on the past slide, so that our exam would be approved, that it is ready and excellent for the students and trainees to be sure that they applied for the correct exam, not for a paper with value of 0. So the first European assessment in occupational medicine was provided in Brussels, and we had an excellent feeling. We didn't know in Zaragoza or in May anything about COVID, which was on the way. So we just succeeded the tail of free movement, and we successfully provided the first exam, which was later on in May. And you may see on UMS website, it was approved by the SESMA. So our exam is regular and the best possible for occupational medicine, and we can promote it not only in Europe, but in fact all over the world. The second European exam was provided at the end of August regarding the COVID situation. The number of the participants was smaller, but anyway, we proved Europe and the world that we are a serious organization and that we are stable and that we are able to provide the exam under any occasion. Of course, it was necessary to be either vaccinated or after COVID disease or being tested negative. However, but it is and it will always be possible to have also the third European appraisal in occupational medicine in future. We thought it to be about in June, do I remember correctly, Begonia? In June 22, not to be disturbed so much by the holidays, but we are going to see how the COVID situation is going to be during this winter time, and if it's going to be very hard, probably we are going to provide the exam later on in August. How our exam is structured. I stated before the 10 topics, and I mentioned that the strongest topic is hazard recognition, evaluation, and risk control, which is in fact the basement of occupational medicine, not only activities, but also training. In this table, you see that the questions are somehow graduated. Some of them were decided to be easy with 1 point, then questions which are of moderate difficulty, they've got 2 points, and difficult questions and cases, they've got 3 points. In all the exam, there are 130 questions to be solved in 2.5 hours. And there are 50 easy questions, 50 moderate questions, and 30 difficult questions, which bring 240 points. And the threshold limit is regarding that there are 4 possibilities, 150 credits, or 62.5% of the total amount of credits, which is 240. You can see on this table, or later when the table is going to be on the web, how many questions there are in a certain topic, being easy, moderate, or difficult. And any exam, first, second, third, fifth, or 10th, the number of questions in each topic being decided as easy, moderate, or difficult is going to be the same. What is the aim of the exam for now? Up to now, European exam has not been regarded as obligation, but it is a proof of excellence. And it is very nice to be that, because this way we get really the best of the best from Europe and the best of the best from all over the world, except because they want to prove that their knowledge is in the same level as the knowledge of other European countries from other European member country states, or when somebody is coming from all over the world, either from South America, from Arab countries, from China, from Asia, from Russia, from Africa, everybody could compare their knowledge to not only to European colleagues, but to European training requirements which are put on the web, and which some way, as I showed on the second slide, somehow make easier movement to or from one to other European countries with this proof of excellence. As I told you, the appraisal, the first appraisal was done in January 22. It was approved by SESMA, so it is the highest body of evaluation of the quality of European exam of any medical specialty, and our appraisal is valid. The ETRs and the structure of appraisal is valid until January 25. In January 25, the appraisers are going to be invited again and check whether the European occupational medicine exam still does have all the requirements that SESMA approves. To come to one of the last slides, the UMS exam is provided in Domus Europaea. Whether we wish it or not, this is the home, the basic home of all European medical specialists. So there is our basement, our president, secretary general, treasurer, and so on and so far. And I said, whether we wish or not, because the members of UEMS are all national medical associations, and we have to be the members of our domestic national medical association. Otherwise, we don't have a license to work. So that's why I am underlining this is our basic home. Thank you very much for your attention. Everything is written on UMS website, on UMS occupational medicine website. And I am very thankful for EASOM for this presentation, and also these links are going to be put on your website. Despite I'm not going to be the president anymore, because I cannot be anymore, 2 mandates are the most what is able by UMS statute, but nevertheless, I am staying in UMS still as Slovenian representative, and I'm still going to be involved in European occupational medicine exam, and I am happy to collaborate also with EASOM, maybe even more stronger, having a bit more time for that. So thank you very much to, thanks a lot to IASOM, to Begonia, as not only as a professional, but also as a personal friend, because many things are very easy done if you really are and feel as a friend. So welcome also back to Slovenia, to my home, and to continue the scientific and also personal friendship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alenka. Now we have some time for questions. If there are questions, I'm very sorry that we do not have too many people today on our webinar, but it will be available on the YouTube channel, which Begonia enables. So please, is there any question for Alenka? Begonia, unmute yourself, Begonia.
We will do that, Peter. It is a good idea. I think this is going to be a very attractive webinar and conference for many people. And now we must connect with Twitter, Instagram, this kind of media, because now everything is running and being connecting by this way. I think this is very important. There are many people asking for this kind of information, and it is not so easy to have a summary, as you have done here, also about the association you are representing in this moment in Europe. The section of occupational medicine. You have done a great resume about the history and important hits in the association. I think as the people from UMS, administrative staff, and the audit, the ones who do the audit said, some of them, Daniel Martinson, they said at the end of the first examination, they said to us that it was really a hit, a milestone in the history of the specialty. And I think it is. There are many people in the background. You were also showing this other colleague from other specialties that were building the UMS reality that is today. And we also have the same in IASON with very good colleague that have been building and making possible that we are today helping to this examination to be carried out and giving support to this, because they were working in the past. I remember here a group of we are collaborating for many years in very good terms, and also we did in the past with other. I remember the conference and the presentation and I hope in future, and I wish, and I think we should do in future, you can carry on and go on collaborating, as you said, with IASON. You will be also with more time that you had today, so involved in your own job and the important responsibility you got as president of UMS. And we are looking for you being so implicated, and because you are a courageous woman, you have a high commitment. We think that your support and your collaboration will be very needed and very welcome. So sorry for maybe I talk too much, but I think it is important we put in value the collaboration of every one of us. Now we got here to Nicole Maggeri, who is going to be in future somebody very well remember also, because she is doing a very good job in IASON, also in UMS. And I think we can be carry on and collaborating in very good terms. And finally, as friend and as person, as we are, looking for some good future for our specialty and for occupational medicine. So thanks Alenka, and please give thanks to UMS colleague, because I'm not going to join you soon, and I think this is a good platform also to give thanks to them and promote collaboration, which is very fruitful for everyone. So that's all. Peter, is your turn, and if somebody wants to say something, I want to say hello to Ayman Fahim, who is here and is very in silence. Maybe he wants to make some comment or remark or whatever. Ayman? No, he doesn't say
It
anything.
seems that he does not have micro.
Okay.
Okay. So is there any other question for Alenka?
So just thank you, Alenka.
Yeah,
Good
thank
health
you.
for all of you and success.
Thank you. I will send also the presentation, because I think that the presentation very clear expresses the meaning, in fact, and the way to the value, in fact, of the exam. And even without words, everybody who is going to take a look, including the recording, will understand what all it is about. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much, Alenka. It was really a pleasure to listen to your summary. This is very important summary, because I believe that most of people who are planning to take the exam in occupational health will take a look in this summary just to get some idea what to expect on the exam. So again, thank you very much. Thank you all participants, and till the next EASOM webinar, all the best. Stay healthy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye, all of
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.